The Semper Doggin podcast is proud to present Dogging Tuesday. These episodes are a lighthearted look behind the scenes of Semper Doggin and are recorded live every other Tuesday on the Semper Doggin podcast Facebook page. With featured guests, listener interaction, and good old-fashioned conversation, these Doggin Tuesday episodes are fun for all canine fanciers. Be sure to follow the Semper Doggin Facebook page and join us live on our next Doggin Tuesday recording.
Odell and Bucky Ashcraft are already going at it.
Oh,
Feel better?
Refreshing. All right, I'm back in the game.
Breaking out the piss water brewski.
I am back in the game. Okay. Man, it's been a minute since we've done a Doggin Tuesday. I'm glad we got everybody on here. Tim Smith, Nikki Matthews, she's watching from the back room back here. She's just going to dog us one way or another, so just be ready for her.
Charlie Gross.
Oh, Cody Carter joined. I haven't seen him on here before. How about that? All right, Basham, what have you been up to? Let's talk.
Man, today I've been burning a pile of wood. Yeah, I had a long night last night. Man, wore out. Made 21 trees.
21 trees?
Yep.
God, you're getting after it. What'd you have, 4 dogs?
Yeah, I had 4. Spot went 6 for 6. Church went 4 for 5. Old boy went 3 for 4. And then, man, I'm telling you, anybody out there that is looking for the best possum dog in the United States, I think I've got him.
Here you go. Benji Coffin just said, how many slick tails? How many did you have, Basham?
So, old Buzz went 3. He went 6 for 6 last night. 3 coons, 3 possums. In 2 nights, he's 13 for 13. 7 coons, 6 possums.
Wow. Hey, we got TJ McCauley joined us. Brandon White, Next Level Supremium Pet Food joined us. Thanks for having you guys on here. Next Level, that is the feed for me.
Yep.
Wheel's been looking good.
Yeah, it's a good feed. No tribute to salute or tribute to whatever. Yeah.
The hero salute.
Yeah, hero salute.
Yeah.
Hell, I get that. Man, I'm telling you, Odell won't get off of Bucky.
Dale and Bucky go back and forth like you wouldn't believe. I tell you what, I do like the idea though. Let Semper Doggin just film it and we'll just let them go at it, you know.
Well, actually, they were talking about Zach and Norm.
Oh, Zach Vaught. Yeah, I saw that earlier. You know, old Norman, he's a member of the Navy SEALs, I believe. Is that what I read?
Yeah, it went through Buds.
Yeah. Yeah, don't you know he's a certified badass?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But no, other than that, just freaking hunting, doing some cleanup, got the bonfire going today, a bunch of stuff. But what you been up to? Doing any hunting?
I've been doing a little bit of it. Yeah, I've been hunting wheels quite a bit last week. I did not take him last night. I ended up taking my little pup last night. Trying to get her going, man. She's starting to tree. She's treed 2 coons in the last 3 times I've taken her. So she's starting to look up. She is a track running fool. All she wants to do is run track. But she's starting to look up. So if I can get there, she's actually treed 3 more coons that I have not got to. She hits up. And before I can get there, she leaves. So if I can just get in there and get a hold of her, we might make something. So,
Seth Reisner. I stayed with Seth and Alan Carlson and Levi Swanty up at the AKC World. Stayed up there in the cabin with them.
Oh, Seth was there?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was there. Was he hunting or just hanging out?
No, he was hunting. He got fire in.
For who?
For
you mean Chad Reisner?
Yeah, Chad Reisner. My bad. My brain's fried today.
It must be. I was gonna say Seth's the guy renting the cabin off of me. He's my buddy.
Chad Reisner. Hey, yeah. I'm telling you, I've been at it today, cutting up trees, throwing stuff in. I got a dumpster out here, loading up the dumpster. Yes, I know Seth. Laugh at me. I'm out of it.
We all do. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, we got Lane Leverett watching. We just dropped a podcast with him Friday.
Yep.
Mr. Lane, that was a great podcast. We got a lot of good feedback on that. Big pro sport announcement.
Hey.
Seth said, I knew you was wrong when you said I got a dog in.
Yeah, it was Chad. It was Chad Reisner. He was hunting fire. He hunted his pup the first night, but he hunted fire second night. Got her in. And then Alan got that dope female in.
Yeah.
And Levi got actually all four of us staying there. We all four got in and got beat early Friday night. So
Daggone it. Hey, let's talk about that podcast. Let's dive into that for a second. That was a good podcast, Mr. Lane.
old chicken thigh.
Moon pies and chicken thighs.
Moon pies and chicken thighs.
Yeah, let's talk about that hunt format. Have you thought any more about it? Is there anything you dislike about that hunt? Like what's on your top of your mind that now that we've had a couple days to chew on it?
It's kind of like I told Lane, during the podcast. I think that I don't know if they're going to do it for the female hunt, but I like the idea of doing say 40 dogs and then putting the poll on Facebook and just letting Facebook, letting all the viewers kind of pick who they want to see in the top 24.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it might be a little late in the game to do it now for this one, but
yeah,
because the hunt's coming up.
I just think there's so many. I mean, if you really dive into even the females, there's so many that you could go back and grab, because I don't really think I don't think there's 24 top females that are winning right now. Like, you've got to go back a little bit.
Right. It's interesting. Interesting. I do think that's a good idea, but I also like what you and I talked about the other day, making sure that it is based on the dog and not the handler. So if you've got, one handler who might have two nice females, but only one of them really qualifies for that 24, you tell them which one they're hunting. They don't get to choose which one they bring.
Exactly. What about dogs won over 100K for male hunt? Choo.
I don't know. You get 24 of them.
Is there even 24 of those, Lane? I mean, because if you're going to do that, there's a lot of dogs that's won that are regular winners that probably, like, I know Lane and Shot just hit the 100,000.
Mm-hmm. Now you could go. You might be able to go 100,000 multi-registry.
I don't know that Weed and Jack would even be there yet.
No, but what I'm saying is you can go 100,000 all registries.
Yeah, but I still don't know that. I don't know that Weed and Jack would even be there yet.
No, but
I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah, but okay. So take like Jeff Rickliffs and Hobo. They won 50K at Tournament of Champions, and I'm sure he's won 50,000 in PKC. I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an interesting thought.
There's a lot of ways you could go with it, Lane. I still think the way we talked about it was, in my opinion, the best. Not because it's my opinion, but because we all talked about it, is come up with like 40 dogs and then see who wants to, who gets the most votes on it.
Bucky Ashcraft says he's 100,000 with Hobo. Bucky, you would know all about it. You and old Jeffy, you two are butt buddies. We know it. You know exactly what he's doing and what he had for dinner last night. It's okay, buddy. But thanks for commenting.
Would you have? I don't know, Lane. You would have to get with PKC and get with Greg to figure out like what dogs would hit that criteria.
Yeah, you would.
Because but that's like I was talking to Duel up there at the AKC, and he was telling me that he's won 25 or 30 with Cowboy, and I would have never known it. You know what I mean? Just because I see him hunting Crash or Fame more than I do Cowboy, so I never would have known unless he would have told me that. I never would have known he won that much with him. So
yeah, he went on a little tear with him there last year. Absolutely.
And that's what I mean. Dogs out there, If you're talking about the 100,000 in both registries or in any registry combined, there's dogs out there that we're not even thinking about.
Right. Absolutely. Well, there's a million ways to skin this cat, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
I like Benji. Benji, I have the dog. I got a dog in my kennel that I would put up against any dog out there for possums.
How are you going to break that? Give us some training tips and advice.
Bud, I'm all out. I'm not going to go through the things I've done to try to break that dog on air with other people witnessing.
Yeah, you don't want to self-incriminate. That'd be bad.
It would definitely be self-incriminating if I even told what I did last night to him. I mean, it's just the sad part is to be honest, he don't even know that he's treeing them.
He thinks he's right.
As soon as it hits the ground, you can see it in his eyes, and he's gone.
Interesting.
Yeah, as soon as it hits the ground, he knows he's wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if a coon hits the ground, he's on top of it. He's crazy over it. But as soon as he sees that possum with his eyes, he's like, oh, no, I screwed up. What Dale said about after 3 possums in a row, not sure he's the one to ask how to break one. Hey, Dale, it's not just 3. 2 nights in a row. First night he went 4 and 3, and last night he went 3 and 3. So he's treated 6 possums in 2 nights.
Goodness gracious. No, Nikki, it's not a blue tick. It is a Walker dog. Hey, we got Forrest Red on here, one of our bear hunting buddies from down there in Virginia. Glad to have you here, buddy. Man, if you guys see me keep swatting and looking around, I've got a fly that is driving me absolutely insane. It is drove me nuts for about a week now. I've got a big old fly trap hanging off my ceiling, and I can't get it.
Dale, good grief.
He sold it to Bucky.
Man, them two, I swear.
Yeah. Hey, I got some exciting news that's happened since the last time we talked. A little bit more on the personal side of things, but we got old Wheels bred for the first time.
Oh yeah, I seen your little flyer that you put out.
Yeah. Old Tracy Thompson called me. He called me after the World Hunt, the UKC World Hunt, about a week after that, and said, he said, hey, buddy, he said, I need something from you. And kind of threw me off because Tracy doesn't call me. And I said, what's that? He said, I need your dog. I said, do what? And he said, yeah, I need your dog. He said, I done made up my mind. He said, I think I want to breed to him. And he and I sat there and had a nice little 30, 40-minute conversation and, talked about a few things. And we ultimately come down to the fact that that's what we were going to do. So he decided to breed ringtails forever Mandy to old Chrome Wheels. Super nice jip. I think she's got about 19,001 in PKC. Grand Night champion at UKC. I think she's a bench show champion. She's out of little money. So.
Man, hold it right there. Bench show champion.
That's right. Sold. Dual purpose dog. So, yeah, man, I'm super excited. I think we've got 5 pups spoke for already out of that litter. I think, my buddy Mike Ream, he's going to be the one who's whelping these pups and taking the deposit list and stuff. So, super excited to see what happens there. Dale says, dude, he said, your flyer, I about called to buy some rims for my truck. Hey, but if you had some rims that looked as good as that dog, you'd be pulling all of them, just about like old Bucky.
Dang, Dale's on a tear today.
He's on one. I tell you what, he's on one. But no, I'm super pumped about it. Wheels, he just turned 4 in September. So I don't want to be that guy that waits until he's 6 or 7 years old to get a litter of pups on the ground and see what he's got. And if they turn out really nice, and then you're almost, you're behind the 8 ball. So we're going to get that litter on the ground here. Very pumped about it. And obviously no plans on breeding him open to public or anything, but just for personal use at this point. And I'm going to be getting a male out of that litter and see what we can do with it. So pretty pumped for me. That's my exciting news since last time we talked.
We in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten Buddy bred 3 times.
Wow.
So there will be 3 litters on the ground. We haven't actually made any flyers. I got with Hannah Maynard, and she's going to make me a couple of flyers for the litter. But, 3 different females. So one's out of Kevin Purdy's stock. uh, out of Dew, and then the other two females. One female's off of Danny Perez's Mr. J stock, and then I don't know the other female.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's talk about your exciting news that's happened here since the last time we've talked. We've got people watching. They want to know. They want to hear you confess your sins. Right here on the Semper Doggin podcast. Doggin Tuesday.
Loose lips sink shit.
Let's talk about it.
All right. So first and foremost, before I go too far into it, there is a handful of people that I want to really, I don't really get into the sentimental, emotional side of things, but really wholeheartedly want to thank, appreciate for their time, for their efforts, and everything. And that is Scott Engel, John Strickland, Mr. Jamie Eastep, Brandon Scaff, yourself. Let's see here, Jeffrey Davis, Bruce Bartz and his wife, Levi Sponti. Let's see here. I know there's a few. There's a few missing. Mr. Alan Holding, definitely amazing. So, hold on one second.
I got somebody doing dishes in the kitchen. About to blow my eardrums out. Lydia, can you calm it down in there, please? Kids doing dishes. Oh, we've lost Basham. Looks like it's just me hanging on here for a second. He must have got off his phone there to look at a list or whatever he's got going on. But, guys, we are super pumped. Hey, he's back.
Yeah, so I was looking at my list. Mr. Vic out in Oklahoma. I think that's about it. But really a big shout out to Scott and to John Strickland. So after the World Hunt, I figured that it had been enough time. I had served enough time being barred from United Kennel Club that I submitted a letter requesting an appeal based on just past precedents and everything else. So I reached out to a bunch of people and asked for letters of recommendation. Scott and John kind of took it one step forward and sent it straight to UKC and called them and talked to them. And as of Monday of last week, Stephen Basham has been reinstated with a 3-year probation.
Hit the drum roll. We need to play like that Slim Shady song. Guess who's back, 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 back again, again, again. Basham's back, back, back. Tell a friend, friend, friend. Guess who's back, guess who's back, guess who's back.
But yeah, it's yeah. For me, honestly, it was a humbling experience as far as asking all these people to write recommendations and how people were willing to jump up and help me get back in. It was kind of, just reading some of the recommendations that were wrote was honestly really humbling. J.R. Gray wrote an amazing one for me. Appreciate it. Definitely.
Alan Holden wrote a good one.
Yeah, you got to read. I sent you Alan's so that you could see it. Alan was another one. So like I said, just all the guys that was willing to jump up and help me get reinstated, really appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. It says a lot, I can't always say that I'm one that has never let my emotions or, my hot-headedness show, but I think for the most part, people that have drawn me in the hunts and who I've judged can honestly say that I'm there to see the best dog win. It don't matter who's behind the leash, whether it's mine, whether it's somebody else. I try to do what's right. So, just being able to see other people see me as the way that I try to be with other people, it was really a humbling experience.
Dale Huff commented, I'm telling you, he's on one. He says, damn, now we got to know why you got barred. that we don't have enough time to go through this one.
Why I got barred, then you're already behind the 8 ball.
He's just over there stirring the pot, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Everybody else knows why I got barred.
Oh, Jeremy Shaddy. That's a very true statement. He said coon dogs will bring out the worst in us sometimes. And, no matter how much you try to, want or you want to think that, in every situation you'd be calm, cool, level headed. It's probably not reality. There's certain situations in which you're just going to boil over.
Well, I'm not going to get into all the specifics. I will just say that, and I don't want to put all their personal information out there, but I will just say that this as well as I do, that when we run these dogs, especially when you're hunting for somebody else, it's not always about just what you have going on. It's also about what's going on behind the scenes. So what a lot of people don't know is during that run with Buddy, this because you were around.
Sorry, Nick, you said you want my version of it. No, because you will say things that are not nice.
So what was going on was Buddy had a medical condition. First and foremost, he had tidal paralysis. And no, we don't, Dale. Trust me, you do not want Nikki's version. And Mark, Nikki's version would be a whole lot better because it would be non-biased. So
oh, God, Tiffany says she has a version too. All the ladies got a version.
Oh, Lord, there's watching. There's a version.
All right, hey, keep it on track. Let's not derail this one. We can't afford for this train to jump the tracks. We'd be tearing some stuff up.
Anyways, so Buddy came down with laryngeal paralysis, so he was really hit or.
Oh, Dale Huff said Semper Doggin after dark. Oh, we have to repeat these comments on the mic because there's some people who don't listen or don't watch these Facebook Lives and they only listen to the audio. So we've got to fill people in on what's happening here when they're just listening on their listening platform. And God, Dale Huff, we're going to have to hire you for comedic relief on the rest of our episodes.
So anyways, Buddy came down with laryngeal paralysis and it was really affecting him. He was wheezing. Sometimes he would shut up. So we had already had it in our minds that after that year, we were going to shut him down until we figured out what was going on. So that was first and foremost, was he was making a run and we just basically were going to shut him down after. Yeah, my face got red, Lane. We were going to shut him down after that year. So knowing that he was going to be shut down, that was one thing. And then we had kind of a not mine, but Bruce's family, just some medical issues that happened. The person that actually ended up raising Buddy came down with a medical issue. I won't get into the details. And so that person, right before the World Hunt, she just looked at me and she said, the only thing that I want is for you to go win the world. And so when all of this came about and all of it came down, it wasn't about me winning the world. It was about Buddy being shut down and winning it for her, and just all the emotions. Not only that, but I've said it many times with my dad not being of great health. It was winning a world championship, being able to, while he's alive, and being able to celebrate it with him. So I mean, when you get that close, there's a lot of emotions. I mean, we night in and night out, we're out there pounding the woods, just hoping to see the confetti rain, not just for us, but to share it with those people that have pushed us and molded us and mentored us. And then when you feel like it's ripped out from under you, you just, like I said, it's not just at that point in time, you're not just fighting for you, you're fighting for everybody that molded you into who you are. You're fighting for everybody that molded the dog that you're hunting into where it is. It's just, it really is a team effort.
Yep, it sure is. There's a lot that goes on in those big events. Like you said, there's just so much that's going through your head, and I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, and I'm trying not to. I can't say any better than what you just did it, so I'm not even gonna try to.
Yeah, it's just like I said, there was a lot going on during that hunt. Now, one, obviously, and me and him have talked since, me and Justin, and I couldn't be more happier that he was able to experience something that I'm trying to experience,
Right.
and so I couldn't be upset one bit, and that's being able to share a world championship with his dad before he passed. And I mean, that's in essence what we're trying to do, is share it with those that we love, and just be able to share in those moments. And so, part of the letter that I wrote was to UKC, and I just basically told them that, 100% I own up to my actions and what I did. Something that I always try to preach to my kids is don't let other people's actions be an excuse for your actions. So just because somebody else does you wrong, or somebody else does something, it doesn't give you the excuse for your actions to act up, or for your actions to be, other than what you are morally, and what your morals and values are. So that's kind of the gist of what I wrote, UKC, in the fact of, I've had a lot of time to, for a whole year to sit back. Not only did it affect me, it affected everybody around me. It affected you. It affected Mark. It affected Bruce. It affected Buddy. It affected my dad. Red Bone Days was right there in Tell City, and Dad really wanted somebody to show his two little show dogs, because he can't do it. Not that he would have won or anything, but just to have his dogs entered, and didn't have nobody to do it because I was barred. So, me getting barred, not only it didn't just affect me, it affected a lot of people around me.
Yeah, and that's another thing though, that let's look at the flip side of the coin. Is yes, it affected other people, but what you just said is there's so much that goes on to this, and there's so much more to these dogs. It really shows, how much people care about you and about the dogs. It's like Mark. He's taking the rein on Buddy in most of the UKC events this last year.
Yep.
He's taking him where he needs to go. You get to Autumn Oaks this year, and it's like, okay, I can have Nikki hunt Wheels, I can hunt Spot for you, Mark can hunt Buddy, and we made it work to give the dogs the chance.
It literally is a family event, meaning, between your friends, just picking up the slack between everybody and helping each other out, and hey, I got you here, or you got me there, or whatever. And it really just comes down to just being there for each other. It's really a team effort.
It is. And the dogs, they don't know what's happened.
Yeah.
They don't deserve anything. They don't deserve to sit out because the handler.
Spot knows that I'm not there, and he's going to bite you.
Yeah, that dog's 3 for 3. He's bit me 3 times since I've hunted him. Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of like, if you remember back when I won duels with Buddy, how many people was in that picture?
A bunch.
That's because that's how I am. That's who I am. Even anybody that had anything to do, anybody that was there with us, like, when I win, we all win. You know what I mean? It's a big team effort. And so that's just the way that I am. And like I said, that's kind of why, not throwing excuses out, but that's honestly why when I lost it, because it wasn't about me. It was about the circumstances behind it.
Yep, absolutely. So we're glad to have you back in action, ready to take on the world.
Now I got to get my 5 for Spot. So we're probably going to start off this weekend and start getting our 5 so that we can hunt in Tournament of Champions. And then I'm sure that Buddy will end up back down here. I still got to get 2 on him, and then you never know from there how many more I'll get qualified by the end of the year. So,
you better get on it. You're getting into crunch time here.
Oh, Spot to get it with ease.
God bless it. Can we get him back barred again here? I don't want to listen to this anymore. It was a lot easier when he was quiet.
What's the one hunt you've had issues with?
Tournament of Champions. It's the one I cannot get in. I have knocked on the door and knocked on the door and knocked on the door, and I can't break in the freaking top 100.
2 for 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy Shaddy said, hey, it definitely takes a team. He said Kyle Short helped him tremendously with his old rock dog. And without him, I probably wouldn't have been able to win the hunts that we did. So, it's a lot going on there. People, us coon hunters stick together. And it's the same with the bear hunters. Same with the coyote guys. Houndsmen in general are known for being a brotherhood. Helping each other out where you can and getting things lined out and making sure that the dog gets the best opportunity that they can get. So,
definitely.
Well, that's the big news. You've confessed your sins. You've said you're sorry. You're back in.
I'm back in. I just got to watch my P's and Q's for 3 years.
Yeah. Wheels has been bred. Buddy's been bred. If y'all are looking for some pups, get a hold of me or Basham. We'll get you hooked up one way or another.
Next weekend, I'm headed to the $25,000 hunt in Tennessee.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Taking old spot.
What is that, a PKZ hunt, pro sport hunt? What is that? I don't even know about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been out of it for
Amen.
a minute. Yeah, Lane Leverett said it's not what we do, it's who we are. So very true.
Very true.
Yeah, I need to. I just had a conversation with the gentleman this week about I'd like to start pushing wheels a little bit more. So I think we're gonna try and start finding some hunts to put him in. He deserves it. He's been looking good.
Why don't you go down to that one?
I didn't know anything about it till you just said it. I've kind of been out of it, looking at the hunts and stuff.
So go to. We can ride down together. So it's Thursday and Friday are your qualifying rounds. It's 500 each night.
Oh, that's why. It's because I got to work. I'm a working man.
Oh, just get with Shane. You'll be fine.
That's not exactly how that works.
Take the Froggy Bottoms down there. I'll hitch a ride, and we'll just make Shane pay for it all.
Yeah. Hey, Leon Marnie said entries available. Go get them.
See, you can go up there and set a booth up.
When is? Let's see here. Hold on. Let me look at a calendar. Let me pull up a calendar.
It's Thursday, Friday, and then the final. It's just like Rocheneer Classic almost. So it's Thursday and Friday, and then the 16 and 4 hunt Saturday.
So Thursday and Friday. So the 30th, 31st, and the 1st.
Yep.
Interesting. I might. I'll look into the ad. I'll see what goes on. I'm telling you, getting them vacation days off is what's rough, man.
Yeah. It's just like the National Cup. The setup is just like what we hunted up at the National Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, Dale. That's the reason Shane's got so much money. He's got me on his team over here bringing it in for him left and right. They don't even give me a day off. I'm just kidding. He's pretty good to me. But, man, I'm telling you, the vacation days, I struggle with that. I don't know. I'd take that back. There's some days I'm like, man, I wish I could just hit the roads hard and I could just hunt all the time and that was my job. And then there's other days I'm like, thank goodness hunting is not my job. And yeah, me and Jared Wilgus said we talked about them vacation days today. We sure did. Me and old Wilgus had a good conversation talking about how, there's all these hunts that we want to go to, but you just can't take off the time for work to go to all of them. It's just hard, man. And there's so many hunts.
That's why that's why you either got to work for yourself or, like in my case, I'm a union electrician, and so in essence, I work for myself because if I want to go, I go, and if they get rid of me, I go to the hall and get another job the next day. So they either let me go or they let me go.
Yeah.
But really, it's more about me knowing what I can afford. So if I can afford to be off, I go. If I can't afford to be off, then I don't go.
Yep. Yeah, well, trying to get this farm off the ground and trying to keep braces on these kids' mouths and food in their stomachs and everything else. Tough, man. This farm. Raftery Family Farmstead. Hey, I'm just saying, everybody that's watching right here needs to go over to our Facebook page, the Raftery Family Farmstead. Give it a like and a follow. Here in about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to have all the fresh Longhorn beef on our website. You'll be able to shop just like you're sitting at home. You'll be able to get your ground beef, your steaks, your roasts, everything right there. You just order it online. Now, the only downfall is not a lot of you guys watching here are close to me. So we're only going to be within the 3 counties around us right now. But one day, we're going to have some shipping available. So
I
y'all
was going
just
to say,
keep us in mind.
why can't you put it in dry ice and ship it?
It's not the fact that we can't ship it. It's just there's a lot of paperwork when dealing with food, with how it transports. We got to get licenses and stuff, and it's got to be inspected a certain way, and you got to ship it a certain way. And
Well, I knew you had to ship it a certain way. I just didn't know. I mean, just like everything else, license and insurance and all that crap. So
yeah, when it comes to food, the government's real weird about it. So even though we're raising the healthiest food out there, all antibiotic free, hormone free, they still want to have their fingers in it somehow. So it's all the legalities of shipping it.
Nikki says you're not allowed to have time off.
I know. Me and her just had this discussion this weekend. I said, daggone. I said, we just go every weekend. I said, I got to stay home and get some stuff done.
Well, I mean, you can't go to Nashville, Indiana all the time.
I know it. Dale Huff said, he said, later, boys, time to hit the woods. Good episode, and we had it all. Semper Doggin fight night, Semper Doggin after dark, and Semper Doggin possum breaking. That'd be a tough one to beat. He ain't kidding. We covered the bases. We're going to call that the Semper Doggin Grand Slam. That's going to be the name of this episode, the Semper Doggin Grand Slam.
I'm about to hit the woods myself. Lil Rex gave me a call and asked if I wanted to go hunting. So.
Did he? You going with him? Hey, we sit here saying we're getting ready to sign off, and you got 3 new people just signed on watching. You boys are late to the party. 41 minutes late.
Late.
Cover late, get 8.
James Ashley's always late.
Hey, look at this. James Ashley made these hats I'm wearing right here. Old Bookham Designs. These suckers are slick, man. Let me show you these things. Don't mind my hairdo. I know I look good. Huh? What do you think about that? Them hand sewn leather patch caps right there. They're the real deal, boys. They're sewn right on the inside. That ain't no glue and stick on stuff. That's the real deal.
James Ashley is the younger version of Bobby Burton.
You think so? Yeah. You need any hats, you give old James Ashley a buzz. They'll hook you up with Bookham Designs, man. We're super pumped with these things. Leon Marner said Denny Meredith will be late to his own funeral.
Denny, we need to come up with the late crew.
I don't have time in my day. To have a late crew. Oh, Matthew Johnson's watching. He's late too, buddy. 42 minutes late. We're going to start marking tardies and absences for those people who keep showing up late here. Basham,
All right.
You got anything else?
No, sir. I'm good to go. Going to go load up, and I'm just going to take 2 tonight. Going to take Spot and Buzz. Take old Possum Dog.
There you go. I went last night. I don't think I'm going to go tonight. Some of us have to do the back end of this podcast and get it all edited and uploaded. And then I got to do some farm paperwork. And maybe if I get lucky, Nikki, you want to cuddle or something.
Once she says I do, it means I don't no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
We already had this conversation. What was it that you told me 3 days after your wedding? Let's go on ahead and air it out there.
Nah, we're just going to end that one. Hey, remember what you said at the beginning of this podcast? Loose lips sink ships. All right, guys. Well, we're going to head off here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. These Doggin Tuesdays are turned into a riot, man. These things are fun. We really appreciate all the commentary and everybody chiming in here. The ribbon back and forth, it's all in good fun. It's all in good camaraderie. And, God, we have a blast doing this. So, Basham, I'm glad you're back in, buddy.
Oh, yeah. That's the name of this podcast. Loose lips sink ships.
Is it going to be that, or is it going to be, the Semper Doggin Grand Slam?
Or is it Shady Back?
God bless it. I don't know. See, these are things that I have to worry about whenever we hang up here. And you just get to go hunting.
After dark.
Semper Doggin After Dark. That's not a bad one. In memory of Dale Huff.
In memory of Dale Huff. AKA Bucky Ashcraft.
That's right. Old Bucky's baby. All right, guys. Well, we're hanging up, signing off. We're out of here. Y'all have a good week. Be sure to join us next Friday for another episode. I got one in my pocket here ready to record on Monday. So I'm gonna have a good episode coming up with you. I'm not gonna reveal it, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a little off color, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. There's a little foreshadowing. So, Albert Ashcroft said, "Could you guys borrow him for this podcast?" No, we can't borrow him from the podcast, Bucky. We can't borrow anybody. We like it over here. We like everybody.
Well, he wants to know if we can borrow him from the.
No, see, bar. See, there's the next comment. And I read that before he even typed it because I knew what he meant. See, this is more than a hat rack. All right, I've said it 20 times. I can't handle it no more. Sign off this son of a gun.
Later, buddy.
All right, see ya.